All right, good morning. My name is Aaron McCarter, accident investigator with the National Transportation Safety Board, based out of Ashburn, Virginia, a regional field office. We are here today on behalf of the NTSB to investigate the fatal airplane crash that occurred here. The NTSB, our purpose is to investigate all airplane crashes and determine their probable cause. Okay. We are just now getting started with our investigation. We are only looking at the facts surrounding the investigation. There's going to be no hypothesis, no guesswork or anything like that. This is what we do know. So yesterday at 1:20 p.m., February 28th, a experimental Sonex November 315 Alpha Lima was in the pattern for runway 4 here at Lawrence Municipal Airport. That's Lima Whiskey Mike. Witnesses reported that the airplane took a steep descent and disappeared behind the trees and subsequently crashed into this building on the 3rd floor in the roof. The pilot was fatally injured. My condolences go out to the family and friends of the pilot of this tragic accident. There's 3 things we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at the man, the machine, and the environment. The man, or the human being, his qualifications, his training, his experience in the aircraft. The machine is the engineering aspects of the airplane. It's the performance, the engine. In this case, it was a Jabiru engine, which is an Australian-made engine. And then the environment, weather, air traffic control, geography, and so forth. How all those 3 things fit together is a part of a much larger holistic process that's going to take place after we leave here in 3 to 4 days. A lot of the investigation is going to happen back at headquarters when we put together all of the facts. So we're very interested in what witnesses have to say and what they have to report. We welcome any photographs or video that may have been taken or any eyewitness statements. If any witnesses have seen the airplane accident, we would appreciate it if they would email witness@ntsb.gov. It would be a huge help to the investigation. We would welcome those. Since we're at the beginning of our investigation, we don't have a great deal to report at this time. But that being said, I do have some factual information, and I'll be glad to answer 6 or so questions.
Take us through when you guys are going to be. Are you moving the plane today?
The airplane itself is in a precarious position. It pierced the roof of the building, and it's hanging there just by a couple of 2x4s and some 2x6s, so it's a dangerous accident site. It's going to be a complicated removal, so we've already reached out to the salvage company, and they're going to be coming in. I don't want to hazard a guess as to when they're going to be here, but I estimate that they'll remove it by sometime tomorrow, because it's already midday, and it's going to be a complicated process. According to witness accounts, all we know right now is he was flying. He was flying locally. He wasn't transitioning in the area. He was based here at Lawrence Airport, and he was on a left base to final to runway 4, which is only about a half a mile from here when the accident took place.
You know how much fuel is on board, and by the fact that there's not a lot of fire, does that indicate that he may run out of gas?
Again, too early to say. What we don't have that information in terms of factual. We did we defueled approximately 10 gallons of fuel yesterday. The fire department did. There was a fire that started after impact, but it was subsequently put out fairly quickly.
Are you able to talk about, this was, as far as we understand, a plane he built himself? I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of that before.
They're fairly robust, and there's quite a few of them out there. The Sonex is a single-engine, 2-seat airplane. It's got, I believe, a 107 horsepower engine. It's an experimental light sport. There are many out there. A lot of pilots build their own airplanes.
Are there any restrictions in terms of the types of flights this particular plane can take?
Unknown at this time.
Can you please answer towards the camera for me?
Sure.
What prevented the plane from going through? Was it just those 2x4s there, or was it the fact that it's a light plane?
That starts getting into the engineering dynamics of the crash. I can't get into that right now. All I can say is that the airplane is being held up by portions of the roof.
Is there any fire risk now, or is that?
The fire risk is pretty much gone. However, I am keeping the fire department here with their hoses at the ready in the event that it sparks back up again, especially once we start the salvage operation.
Will you have to take the aircraft apart to remove it, or bring in a crane to remove it?
I am not the expert in terms of the salvage, but these guys know what they're doing. So more than likely they'll have to partially disassemble it to get it out.
What's kind of your time frame on something like this?
We will normally be on site between 2 and 4 days, depending on the complexity of the operation, how much witness statements we get, the information we get over at the airport. And I'd like to do as much to the airplane here before I leave and go back. So we're looking at 4 days on scene. The preliminary report will be out in approximately a week to 10 days. After that, the factual report should come out in approximately 9 to 12 months. And then sometime between 12 months and 18 months, the final report we hope is completed.
Now, have you been up there? We've seen a picture, but can you kind of describe what it's like?
Yes, unfortunately, due to the safety of the accident site, I wasn't allowed any media up there. However, the state police has been, the local police has been kind enough to take some photographs to share with you guys.
Can you describe it for us?
The airplane is up there. Half of it is sticking out of the roof, and the rest of it is inside the bedroom, I believe.
Is there a recorder, a black box recorder on these kind of planes?
There's no black box typically in airplanes like this. However, sometimes we get lucky and some of the flight equipment on board, handheld GPSs, equipment that's mounted, typically it's not crash hardened, but we may be able to take that information and take it back to the laboratory for analysis. So it's not really a black box, but it has some of the same, parameters as a black box. 2 more questions. That's a part of the holistic process that goes on back when we get back in the town. So right now we are only looking at this one accident, this one airplane, and all those 3 components that I talked about earlier. That's a bigger picture item for some time later.
Do you have any idea on his level of experience, the pilot?
Unknown at this time. Okay. One more question.
Was he in the plane when you took him out? I mean, had he been thrown from the plane, or was he still locked?
I'm not going to get into that right now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
About the building and when residents
Tell you what, I'll do another briefing a little bit later on this afternoon to answer some more questions as we proceed with the investigation. Give you some more information. Thank you. Thank you.
can we ask you a couple? I just want to.
Just, excuse me, in regards to the building, we are in constant contact with the city building engineers. They will be on site and assist us during the removal and salvage of the plane. We are in contact with the Red Cross, who's still on scene, and we're working with the families to try to determine a safe time when they can actually get into their apartments and their condos in order to retrieve some personal belongings.
Will they be able to live here again?
Once the building is reconstructed or repaired, I mean, I don't see any reason, right now is why this wouldn't be able to be brought back to its normal condition.
You were just up there. Describe what you saw.
Well, like the individual before me said, the plane is through the roof and almost in a nosedive position. The plane appears to be intact from the wings back. I do have some video which I'm going to release to all the media, and which will further demonstrate its position.
Getting a bedroom, family room, kitchen.
I believe it looks like some type of bedroom. Okay.
Have you had complaints in the past about planes flying too low here? How's that going?
The complaints, if they wouldn't have come, through us, through the police department. Obviously, that the Lawrence Airport's been here for many, many years, and it's one of the problems when you purchase a house so close to that. So. All right, thank you. I'm sorry. It's Randy, R-A-N-D-Y, H-A-G-G-A-R. I'm the Field Operations Bureau Captain for the City of Methuen Police Department. Okay? If you just check our Twitter sites, I'll release all the video on our Twitter sites, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.